Talking with Delaware Resource Group Superstar Athlete of the Week, Sophia Smith. Junior wrestler is ranked number 11 in the NAIA in her weight. And Sophie, let's talk about the Midland Warrior Open. You got your first tournament title there, 5 wins, 2 of them by fall. Tell us what went into your performance.
I think a lot went into my performance. So the first thing, this is my first full season at OCU. I'm a junior, but my freshman year was during COVID. And last year, my sophomore year, I tore both of my elbows, so I had surgery, and I was out the entire season. So I think it was really incredible to have a full season this year and be able to put all of my effort into wrestling. And I think that really reflected in my performance at this tournament because I have all of the months we've been training behind us, and I'm in the right mentality and like fully locked into wrestling.
In the championship and in the semifinal of the tournament, you beat 2 ranked individuals and got the fall and won by 27 seconds. So tell us about those 2 matches and what those felt like.
Yeah, so those were really exciting. The first match, that one, it went by really quick, 27 seconds. It might be my fastest pin ever, I'm not really sure. But yeah, I just went out there and did what I do best, wrestled my match, and that's how it went. And then my semifinals match, it was kind of a revenge match for me because my freshman year here, that's who I lost to in the national tournament, the first round. And so that was the match. I didn't even care if I won the tournament. I just wanted to win that match because I wanted to show myself that I've improved in the recent years. I think I won by a pin in that one as well. So yeah, that was really exciting for me. It was a big milestone.
As a freshman, you achieved All-America status. So what have you done this season to kind of prepare to return to that level, and how motivated are you to return to that level?
I'm very motivated. I mean, I'm not just motivated to be an All-American this year. Like, I feel like that's the standard for me whenever I'm wrestling is I'm All-Americaning, but I want to place top 3. I want to win, obviously. But yeah, just really focusing on wrestling and all the setbacks that I've had with my injury. It's just I have to make up for lost time that I missed last year. So really just trying to overcome that and make sure I'm doing my rehab right and that I'm healthy going into the tournaments and fully prepared for the national tournament, which I'm super excited about.
Tell us a little about your involvement in student government.
Yeah, so I'm really passionate about being involved in other things other than wrestling. Like half the reason I picked OCU is because I wanted to choose my career and all of that stuff as well, and it's such a good academic school. I like being involved in other things. And so student government right now, I'm the chief of staff for the president, which I'm kind of just like her second hand. I do stuff with her. But for the past 2 years, I was the senator of athletics. So I represented all the student athletes on campus. And that was really exciting because I got to be a voice for all of the athletes. And I also got to sit in on Senate meetings, and we got to pass legislation and basically just advocate for everyone and try and get things passed through the Senate that make real difference here at OCU.
What's your major?
So I'm a double major, political science and philosophy.
And what kind of career goals do you have for yourself?
So as of now, I want to go into law school. That's my direct goal for the next upcoming years. I want to go to law school, and then eventually, after I graduate law school, I want to be an attorney and probably open my own firm eventually. And I really want to work with Title IX and advocating for women in sports and maybe like NIL and stuff like that. I think that'd be really cool.
All right, that's Superstar Athlete of the Week, Sophia Smith. You can follow the stars on OCUsports.com. Talking with women's wrestling coach Nicole Tyson. Stars are looking forward to postseason play. And let's go back to your last tournament, the Midland Warrior Open. Sophia Smith with a tournament title. You had a couple other individuals perform well as well. Talk about your team's overall performance there.
Yes. So one of the things that I brought to the attention to the girls on my team is that it's really exciting that they are starting to see how our coaching style has got them to where they're starting to peak now. And so it's really exciting for them to have success along with their practices, because it wasn't just the girls that placed or Sophie who won. I even had girls that Morgan Mackey transferred in, and so she got her first win at the tournament, and there was just a lot of growth and excitement along with that event, and it was just also a lot of fun. We had a great atmosphere. The girls were laughing and joking, and when they got on the mat, they took things serious. So that was one of my favorite tournaments to go to. It was really great to see the work that we put in and how it's starting to all come together. It just was really cool.
In your previous tournament at Grandview, you had a couple of freshmen that won titles in that one as well. Tell us about that one.
Yes, Ivy Garcia and Seca both won their first tournament, and they are both incoming freshmen. It was great. Last semester, they were about 50% in their win-losses, and this second semester, both of them have just taken off, and it was really exciting to watch, and I think it was a huge boost of their confidence, too, during that time.
Your highest ranked individual on the team is also a freshman, Avery Ashley.
Yes.
So tell us about the season she's had.
Avery is phenomenal. I mean, just outside of events, she is the hardest worker on the team, or one of the hardest workers, definitely. And she's just great. I mean, she's been back and forth with the girls that are in the top 5. All of them have won or beat each other or beat people that they beat. So I'm really excited going into nationals because it's whoever shows up and ready to go that day. She has a really good shot of winning nationals.
In the dual season, you guys got wins over a couple of ranked teams, Iowa Wesleyan and Texas Wesleyan here at home. What did your team take away from those victories?
That was our first step into seeing what is happening. So it was exciting. Texas Wesleyan was first semester. It was a home event. It was tied 24-24. And then when it got down to the criteria and we saw that we won, everybody just erupted and they all came together. It was a really exciting time, and it was just a lot of fun. The Iowa Wesleyan was really good for us. We were at national duels, and we had actually lost several events, or several duels. I think we lost 1 or 2 duels before, and then we were feeling kind of down, and it was the next day, and we pulled through and we won that duel, and just was a confidence booster for sure. And it was really good to see that after 2 losses in a row that they were able to come back together and refocus and didn't let it hammer them down. And so that was really good from a mental aspect as well.
Sooner Athletic Conference tournament coming up next for you. It's a place that you guys have had success in the past. So what's the outlook for you guys in the conference tournament?
Yeah, so this year the conference is a little bit different, actually. So I don't know if you know, but the women's wrestling was an invitational last year. And this is our first year being a fully sanctioned national championship event. So there's a little more pressure on the conference tournament because it is our qualifier. And it's interesting how it goes. So it's not typical, definitely if you win, you're guaranteed a spot in the national tournament, but it is based on rankings. So for example, at 116, the Sooner Conference currently has 3 girls that are in the top 16. So that means at 116, we're guaranteed to take the top 3. And then we have 8 bids within our conference that the coaches will vote on who we think all should go in. So there's a little more pressure this year than we've had before. But going into it, I'm really confident. The last rankings that came out, we are getting some girls that just broke into the top 15. And so that just takes a little more pressure off of them, that it's I just have to keep doing what I'm doing and I will qualify. But yeah, we'll be taking some girls to nationals, so I'm really excited about it.
All right, that's women's wrestling coach Nicole Tyson. Postseason coming up. You can follow the Stars on OCUsports.com. Here with Delaware Resource Group Superstar Athlete of the Week, Annilia Dawn, senior basketball player who's led the team in scoring this season. And Annilia, you're coming off of your second win this year over MacU, a game in which you scored a career-best 34 points. Just take us through that game. What happened for you? What happened for the team?
Right, so a lot of emotions. Before the game, we were actually told that game was going to determine whether or not we made the playoffs, but misunderstanding there, we were in no matter what, but we knew, as a team, as a squad, that we needed the confidence going into playoffs. So we knew that getting another win on MacU would seal that and would give us the confidence that we needed to go into playoffs. So practice before, very focused, very intentional. During warm-ups, I told everyone we need to be loud, everybody. I need to hear everybody, just so that everybody's engaged. It's easy to get distracted by fans or other things that are going on in the atmosphere, but just to be intentional on where our focus is so that we know that for 40 minutes, it's going to take the whole 40 minutes to get the job done. So I think we did that. We bought into what needed to be given from every player. Everybody played their role, and we got the outcome we wanted and needed.
For you individually, what was working? You went 10 for 10 from the foul line within those 34 points. That was a career best. What was working for you?
I think I was just focusing on just being poised, letting the game come to me, not forcing anything, not trying to overdo it or make it a 1-versus-1 game. I think I was just poised, knew that the team needed me to deliver. A couple games before that, I was underperforming, and I told myself that morning that I woke up, it is not an option to underperform today. So I think just being very intentional, being focused, and getting the job done.
Not only was it the third game in that week for you guys, you'd also played all 40 minutes earlier that week against John Brown. So what was the whole grind week like?
It was a grind, not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually. It definitely was a grind, but this is my 5th year. I don't think it's something I couldn't handle. I think it was just a test to fight through the fatigue, to be the player that I know that I can be, to give a showcase of everything, of all the the work I put in outside of it, the long nights, the early mornings, and so it's just part of the grind. You got to play the role that's given to you, and you got to deliver when you're being asked to. So,
what do you think you're going to remember most about this your senior year playing?
I think all the trials and tribulations our team has had to go through, from getting a new coach to having half of our squad is brand new, to having to learn how to play with each other, to not having a home court, to having to travel literally the entire season. Our team has been through a lot, but I think it's done nothing but build a solid foundation for not only this squad, but for the future squads.
And I know also you're playing specifically for your dad this season. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so my dad was an athlete. My mom would hate to hear this, but I do think we do get our skill sets from him. All-around athlete, from track, baseball, softball, baseball, football, anything you can name it. He was an all-star athlete. But this year is special just because last year, before he did pass away, he did tell me that he hasn't gotten the chance to see me live. He's watched me on TV before, but live he didn't get the chance to. But before he did pass, it was his wish to watch me live, knowing this was going to be my last year. So just knowing that he does have the best seat in the house, that I have to perform for him every single day because he is watching, it just adds a little bit more excitement and a little bit more intention to why I play the game I play.
And what are you studying here?
I study psychology with a minor in child advocacy.
What kind of career plans do you have for yourself?
I plan to be implemented in a nonprofit organization that will help mentor young at-risk teens. When I say at-risk, I mean those teens or kids that are in the system, that are in foster care, etc., that have been labeled just to be a statistic. Just to pour into them and let them know that you don't have to be a statistic. Your destiny is upon you, and you can accomplish anything you put your mind to.
All right, that's Delaware Resource Group Superstar Athlete of the Week, Annilia Dawn. You can follow the stars on OCUsports.com.